morning. Thanks very much for joining us. These are certainly interesting times down in Washington and in Congress. And while Congress is on a work break, that gives us a chance to talk with some of the members of our delegation. And we're very pleased to have with us this week Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, who represents the 7th Congressional District. Congresswoman, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you here. So, you serve on 2 of the committees that are involved in the impeachment inquiry now,
yes,
including Financial Services, which I guess is probing Deutsche Bank and the president's tax returns and so forth. Is this coming to a quick head here? Is it going to drag on indefinitely? What's your sense of what we're in for?
Well, first let me just say that although I did not go to Congress to impeach a president, I feel we've been left with no other choice, and I do serve on both financial services and oversight and reform, respectively. And specifically on the oversight reform, over and over again, we have experienced great obstruction, evading, and stonewalling when we have had members of the administration before our committee. And so when you invite people to testify and then you're forced to issue subpoenas, and I mean, the only way that we can be in effective and efficient pursuit of truth and get closer to justice for the American people is a full impeachment inquiry, which I've been supportive of since April, because I believe not only did this administration lose moral authority a long time ago, but that the Mueller report, although it did not get us to an impeachment inquiry, for me, it was sufficient. I think it proved obstruction of justice, colluding, and also although it did not get us to an impeachment inquiry, people in proximity to Donald Trump were indicted and sentenced, which speaks to, when it comes to this administration and their policies, the cruelty is the point. When it comes to their culture, the corruption is the point.
Now, nearly 63 million Americans voted for Donald Trump for president after a campaign in which many of the character flaws that we're talking about now were certainly in evidence. In your campaign and during your first year in Congress, you have often spoken about making voices of the people heard, letting them be heard, and having them be listened to. When you support impeachment of a duly elected president, which could result in his removal without benefit of another election, aren't you in some sense disregarding the voices of those 63 million who voted for him?
Well, first and foremost, I work in Washington, but I work for the people of the Massachusetts 7th, and that's who sent me to Washington. And this is a district that is 53% people of color, 40% foreign-born, second largest LGBT community in the country. And so, given the draconian, oppressive, life-threatening, family-separating, xenophobic policies being rolled out by the hour by this administration, I mean, drinking from a fire hose. My decision to support an impeachment inquiry as early as April was, I believe, in lockstep and in keeping with the real fragility and fear that residents of the Massachusetts 7th are living with every day. And to your broader point, recently we did a hearing in oversight and reform on trauma. It was the first of its kind in a hearing that I worked with the chairman to do. And we learned that there's been an increase in farmer suicide, in veteran suicide, and these are people, we've seen an increase in suicides due to debt, despair. People are hurting. So people were hurting before the occupant of the White House took office, and that hurt has only been exacerbated because, again, with this administration and their policies, the cruelty is the point, and no one is safe. And to be serving in Congress at this time, people ask me if I'm cynical or I'm apathetic. I don't have the luxury. I'm grateful to be serving on 2 out of the 6 committees who are charged with this impeachment inquiry investigation. As you alluded to, under the leadership of Chairwoman Waters, we are reviewing documents relative to Donald Trump's relationship with Deutsche Bank. This is someone who had numerous bankruptcies. Trump University, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
But Deutsche Bank continued to loan and to lend to him. And why is that? And so we're going to be deliberate and thorough in our pursuit of the truth.
As you said, on election night, change can't wait. That's your approach, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, all right.